Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Aloha, everybody. Welcome to the
roller coaster ride.
Welcome to the Whiplash roller coaster. Welcome to the eBay reseller. What do we call it? I forget already.
The reseller group therapy.
That's it. Group therapy, because we're all suffering from groupness. And I would like to take a moment to introduce our co-host. Let me see if I can do this right. Mr. Oh, that didn't work right. Hold on, I got it. Mr. Hayfrosells.
Aloha.
Aloha. Welcome to eBay Resell Group Therapy episode. Fracking the Horde.
I'm the co-host.
You're the co-host.
Coco.
You're the co-host.
The co-host.
Way better than the
co-host.
caca host.
Wow, full house.
We have a full house. I haven't even looked over here yet. Let's see who's. Oh my goodness gracious me!
Actually, we
The
should
whole
just
chat window is fully filled.
We should just let we're actually the co-host because
Right.
People have already started the show.
is the other host.
Okay, instantly I see Patricia. Coffee is her lover. Oops.
I just got my coffee, my little hedgehog mug.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh my gosh, that is cute. My coffee mug. Lately, we've been so lazy. We buy Stokes, like cold brew. Like I'm not even making my own coffee because I'm so lazy. So I just drink it out of a glass now.
Maria is a big fan of cold brew. I just prefer my coffee hot. I always have.
I do as well. I don't have any sugar in my coffee. I can't drink sugar coffee, and it should be.
He can. He just
warm.
chooses not to.
Yeah, I don't like sugar drinks. For some reason, I don't like sugar drinks. That's
You
the
didn't
only
grow
thing.
up drinking Mountain Dew?
No. I remember when we used to take in those big those Playmate. They had like a sipper top on top, but they're like a gallon. Forget what they called, like not mini kegs, but it was like a cooler, but it was to put drink into, and it had the sipper top pop up. It was like a gallon. We used to take those into Taco Bell back in California and fill those up with Mountain Dew. But that was like I was more like in my 20s working. Look at how many people are here.
Yeah, let's go right to the comments first. You kind of get caught up.
Okay, we will. And I want to start by saying hello to Darth. No, Darth Thrifter had to go back to work, but Carl is here. Patricia's here. Ladybug is here. Major Win, of course, is here.
Major Win.
Who else is here? Paul Rose is here. Intergalactic Microsystems is here. Freya is in the house. Jacqueline Rose, aloha. 6x6. This chat is on fire.
Silver hair.
Gina's here. Callie Debs, aloha. Jasmine, I don't think we've recognized you before, but this might be your first comment, maybe. That's awesome. David Osborne, first time live as well. Hayfrosells is here. Oh, yeah, you're right there. And Biff Boffo has checked in as present. Okay. Now we said hello to everybody, and we have James in the house. Okay, I'll finish that off. So let's go back and just take a look and see if anybody said. Patricia's saying it's 61 degrees and thunder and lightning outside February 28th in Pennsylvania. We also have about 55 degrees here. So.
The sexiest YouTuber is here, James.
Of course, he looked in the mirror. That's how you know.
Oh, right. He was walking. Yeah.
Who's got 2 thumbs and is super sexy?
Actually, since James is here, I have a question.
Yeah, ask him questions.
Isn't it? So, I don't know. I could be wrong, but you know his intro where he goes 22 years?
I thought he was 23.
I thought he was 23 too. I thought he was 23 in August or September.
Me too, James. Are you calculating properly?
James, can you clear this up?
James, we've got the adding machine out, and we swear you said 21, and when you went to 22 years selling on eBay, then you said
August will be 23 years.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Because I think he's been
Just
doing. I think maybe he did the math wrong last year when you thought.
So he's been the 22 for 2 years.
Yeah, I think. I could be wrong. But
We
I
will-
was watching him last
He was
night.
programmed to constantly say 22.
We should believe him, but In today's age, who
Not
can you
tiny.
believe? Anyway.
Could you give those to me, please?
Oh, he needs a treat. So you guys, if we just look down, Motorcycle Dork's here too. So everybody's just mostly saying hi, I think.
Yeah. Everyone.
Jack is here.
Aloha, Jack. Welcome. I do see the turtle is stepping down. Is that, we weren't paying attention to the news this morning? Is somebody stepping down from? This isn't a political show, but that would be an interesting piece of current events if the GOP leader is stepping down. Interesting. Did not see that this morning. Paul Rose says hi to all the groomers and shakers. The groomers. Paul Rose.
Groovers.
I hope he meant groovers. But he does say groomers and shakers.
Cornhusker picker.
Aloha, Cornhusker Pisker. You are right on time. Cornhusker Pisker. You can't.
Oh.
Mitch McConnell stepped down. Okay. Well, that's there's a lot of change in the world. A lot of change. Before we start on the, it's probably not.
Carla.
It's not sorry. Aloha, Carla. It's not. I don't think. What's the one word you have for yesterday's Q4 thing? For Q4.
Me?
Yeah. Just do you have a word, like a word or a phrase that encapsulates it for you?
I guess I don't know.
I can offer some.
Bamboozled because I don't really know. Like all right. So the stock is up 10%.
10% today.
The key part of that 10% to pay attention to is the gap up. So it gapped up to about 40. It gapped up over 47.5. Now, so there's a gap between yesterday's close and today's open.
I see.
And a lot of that is driven by the after hours purchasing of the stock. So there was way more demand. It gaps up. Now so it hasn't really moved much past that area. So it's gonna take over the next couple of days to see where if it can sustain this move up or if it sells off.
Now, people obviously liked what they heard in the report to have it go
well,
up
I mean,
overnight.
it sounds bullish, but also it's just like where's the additional growth outside of promoted listings going to come from?
There isn't.
Right.
There isn't. Obviously.
I'm shocked that they can bamboozle Wall Street like this, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well,
Maybe I'm wrong.
I think that what's the first thing that I think of is the GMV did not grow, right? Didn't that stay?
No, it was down.
It was
down a little.
So, and I'm going to paraphrase. I'm not going to name names because I can't even remember who says it. But sometimes people on YouTube might say things like, "If you're not growing in business, you're dying." And
I think that in life, if you're not growing as a person, you're dying.
You're dying, and we sometimes say, because we've had to take a little cut as resellers of collectibles and weird items and one-offs because we have taken a pay cut. And I think people look at that and say, well, you should obviously take the sign that you are losing money. Shouldn't you be growing? You're losing. So there are kind of, some people have cast aspersions saying that we are dying in the sense that our income is shrinking because of the changes that they made at eBay. And I don't think that, because I feel like we're fighting harder to maintain what we have. So whether or not you can call that a business or not is irrelevant to me. To that now, use that and focus it towards eBay and say, eBay's not growing, they're dying, right?
All they're doing is they're taking the $4 billion that they've taken from promoted listings, $4.2 billion. They let that number sink in.
I know.
If that doesn't tick you off as a seller, I don't know what,
And how much do they give back to their shareholders?
That's what they're doing. Like you said, it's a show game. They're taking that money from us and they're just giving it to them.
Patricia saying that resellers aren't posh enough for eBay. They want to go for luxury buyers, which was, I think that
I didn't get
pretty
your
loud and clear.
You gave me that quote, and I forgot to put it in my machine here. But Jamie, said last night, and I think you said in your video today, Jeffrey, that you heard him actually speak the words. That the low ASP, low STR items they haven't been focusing on them for years. Somebody stepped up and said, what are you worried about, Temu or Temu, whatever? And they were like, no, because we haven't been worried about this crap for years, essentially is what he said. And I think you said that's the first time I know he said it out loud before because I was shocked that he said it out loud. But I think if this is the second time he said it, possibly the third, maybe he says it each quarter report. But no matter what, there's no mistake. Now it's the third time. So the first time I was like, oh, I hope eBay gets punched in the nose so they can regroup in Q2 2023. Q3 2023, I thought the same thing. I'm like, come on, get a little bop on the nose. So you go, oops. But what he said yesterday, and the phrase that I would use is the one I put in the title, and that's go for it. What is it? Go for it. I don't even remember what I said. What did he say? It was like, it's a term that people use now in
go for it basis.
Go for it basis, which essentially when I looked up go for it basis is literally just go for it. Doesn't mean they have the numbers or the whatever. It's just sounds good. Do it. Let's do it. So he's going for it without necessarily.
Well, and he was saying that really their focus is on these
TNA.
It was
it
P&A, parts and accessories.
No, it was P&A. Sorry, I thought it was TNA.
Parts and accessories, refurbished, and luxury. And it's they're focusing on the enthusiast buyer, which is somebody that will spend, I guess, approximately, I think he was saying $3,000.
Yeah, he was.
Over a year.
Yeah, spend that at my store.
So they're
Thank
trying
you.
to grab those people and appeal to those people.
Look at all these people here in the chat. Aloha, everybody. You guys are our friends.
I would about the one thing I would have agreed with Jamie on the call was that yeah, Temu and Shein they're not competitors.
No, they're not. They're not.
And so, but then he'll say that low ASP stuff like that it is not his competition, but yet he still. I mean, a lot of people say there's a lot of Chinese stuff on the platform, and I think even one of the analysts might have even asked something about that. And then something Jack brought up when I was talking to him is that they fielded 5 or 6 questions, and then they acted like there was no more questions. You're telling me no one else had any other questions?
Well, don't you love that? It takes a second, and the lady who's announcing the host, she's like, I mean, there's silence. There's silence for like 10 seconds. So, and I picture her looking through these. Oh, that's not a good question. Oh, we're out of questions. Yeah. There's just no more. And he did not answer the full.
She probably had like 100, and she was like eyeballing it. She's like, no. Oh, screw it. No more. No
over.
More.
Gotta go to. They're in Silicon Valley. I don't know where probably in Silicon Valley. You know, it's 65, 70 degrees there. They have delicious foods. She wanted to go to dinner. I mean, they put on their show, right? They put on their show, and then they go, and they don't have to do that does he only do the Q4 year end, or does he do each quarter? He does each quarter.
He does each one.
He does.
I think he's on each call because it's kind of like they're the Super Bowl every quarter for them.
Well, yeah.
Amy.
So aloha, Amy. The more you know. I was unfulfilled by it, but I probably am unfulfilled because I had bloodlust. I just want to see somebody get punched.
We all of us, every single person in here, mostly we have a bias, and our bias is that what eBay is doing is they are bending us over, and it looks like it's just no
reach around.
It looks like there's no end to it right now.
Well, I think that, okay, so I posted, I'm always running a little ragged right before doing a show because I actually am trying to do work before, and then I got to try to get something, and I want to provide something that's interesting. So I got one link up about the fourth turning, Van Neistat, who is Casey Neistat's brother. People might know him from YouTube. And he...
Hi, Kevin!
Aloha, Kevin! And he started a channel a year or so ago. He's more thoughtful than his brother, I think. I mean, just in general, a little different than Casey Neistat stuff. But He's very thoughtful, I think. And he did a video. I posted it down in the thing about the fourth turning. Now, this mixed with late stage capitalism and shitification, just the reality that we're feeling right now. I don't think it's definitely not, it's not the end of the world, but it's definitely a wake up call. And I think that there's no mistake about it, that if you look at these predictive sort of, the video is only 10 minutes and it tells about a book. So now I forget the name of the book. Something about awakenings. But it's basically saying there's four awakenings and we're in the four turnings.
Wait, sorry. Can you where are you getting this information?
So it's in I actually put it in this video in the description.
Okay.
And it's about the turnings where one is there's an awakening from so it's generational. And we go through 20 years where there's an awakening, which is Bob
like
Dylan.
a Renaissance.
Like the Renaissance would have been, yes, in this. You can basically put it over 80 years. So the first one is like we're getting out of turmoil, and there's I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to look right here.
So like it would have been like
it's the high. There's a high period, and in this case, they're looking at the last. He's looking at the last turning after World War II. High period from 46 to 64. Rock and roll, TV, space program,
stuff.
Jets, Corvette, Mustang, bikini, this kind of stuff. Then he talks about the awakening in 64 through 84. That's Martin Luther King, Bob Dylan, sexual revolution, this kind of stuff. Then there's, I guess, 84. I can't see everything on here. I'm trying to pick this up from looking at a screenshot. The unraveling, which is probably, I'm guessing, financial unraveling, Berlin Wall, NWA, ODB, LA riots,
right.
OJ, 911, Gulf, Afghanistan. So he's using this unraveling. Yep. And then the unraveling leads to the fourth turning, which we're in right now, which is crisis. And you can look, I don't think it's very, is it controversial to just look around you? No matter who or where you're at politically or anything, it's critical. We're in a crisical. It's like a popsicle,
and then the crisis cycle is
crisis cycle. Ooh,
maybe
I like that.
from 2008 to 2028.
To 2028. So we're actually more towards the end of the crisis, and in 5 more years, maybe we're going into the high life again,
the happy phase,
but
again.
not until some shit gets blown up.
Is it another phase, or would it be another Renaissance?
It would be another Renaissance.
Start of the cycle.
Yeah, the cycle would start again every 80 years, but we're in the blow up time right now. Stuff is just getting blown up. eBay's blown up. Real people are getting blown up, of course. But let's just focus on our eBay thing. eBay got blown up last year. I mean, we're at it. We're surviving and everything. So critical doesn't, I'm not trying to make it doom and gloom. Just the fact that we really need to step up our game. Like, we're talking about it for 6 months, investigating, doing some pretty significant.
One other thing that.
What's it called when you're a scientist?
Research.
Yeah,
mad scientist.
Yeah, well, we're pretty mad at this point, but yeah, research and like trying different things. We're doing everything we can to figure out where we're at. Because have we figured that out yet?
Well, one thing we were discussing earlier today, which brought him
I was out of my mind earlier
brought
today
him
talking
to the
about
Van
crazy
Neistat that we saw months ago, even maybe last year or whenever. And we were talking about how Macy's is in the news. They're closing 150 stores, but they're changing gears. And I don't know if they're sort of going back to their roots, but they are now going to be focusing on luxury.
They're closing 150 stores, Macy's.
Like eBay's doing that too.
Including Union Square in San Francisco. That is their New York City's obviously their main place, but San Francisco is in such, retail distress. People are, there's a lot of wealth there. There's a lot of poverty there. And this is sort of like what the fourth turn, this is like late stage capitalism, and shitification. Everything is about, we're in this place where we're feeling the squeeze because we're in the middle class. This is why we're suffering.
There's 3 comments I want to talk about.
Please do.
two. First one, Patricia's mentioning the thing about Wendy's, which I think is just another shitification, and it's another.
Yes.
I think personally, I think it's shameful for like a fast food restaurant, because the people who need
Yes.
the people who are eating there, they need lower prices because they can't afford.
Yeah.
So it's shameful. That's number. And you can add some stuff too. Where's Pete's comment here? He says free market capitalism has caused a situation where the three richest people in the U.S. have more wealth than the bottom 50% of society. 100% agree.
Yeah.
I personally, I feel like there should be a cap as to how much money one person can have. Like, what is it? Like, do you need more than $1 billion? Right? Do you really need more than $1 billion?
I think the reason why these kind of hard decisions don't get made is who Kent's here to trigger liberals.
Well,
Blah, blah, blah.
I just
How
want to
dare
say,
you?
I want to say hi to Michelle Kirkpatrick.
Aloha! Welcome to the big show.
But I do also see that.
And McDonald's did the same thing. They jacked up their price.
Yes, and Biff is saying that it's crazy too, the pricing at McDonald's, which we were talking about that yesterday as well, where a family said they don't bother going anymore because it costs $80. I don't know what they're buying, but
it's
true.
$18 for a Big Mac meal.
$10 a person now at McDonald's.
I was just watching one I was doing research by watching YouTube videos. And the research just showed in New York and Connecticut, I guess probably higher, up to $18 for Big Mac fries and a Coke, which is preventative.
The other, sorry, I want to touch upon something James is saying. So I think it's actually really, really insightful and excellent. He says, I've been thinking about creating a way to search items better on eBay. What if there was a website that had a better search engine yet pulled the items from eBay? That's actually interesting, because I've often thought, obviously I've made it known how I feel about search and how I think it's destroying the platform. And there are ways to kind of cut through all the BS, with the way eBay does best price and how they only show certain amounts. But it's true. If there was a way, if there was imagine if there was another website that pulled the information from eBay and actually found you what you were looking for. There could be an opportunity.
The API though, they'll sit there with three guys can block that any time.
I did come across just doing all my crazy stuff I do online, research and whatever, and I cannot remember the name of the website, but I found this search engine, and it's more for clothing though. And you type in something you're looking for.
What was that? Was that a Chrome plugin? Wasn't it?
And it looks on all of the reseller platforms. And I was like, I want to try to see if I type in something other than clothing, if it can find it. So I was typing in some of the stuff we have on eBay, and it wasn't finding our stuff. But
is it List?
I don't know.
It is List, your world of fashion. Shop and discover the world's most stylish brands curated for you. Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, this was a search engine, but it was geared toward clothing. And I was all excited about it at first, wondering if there was some way I could get it to search other things, but it really wasn't pulling up much of anything other than clothing.
The problem is eBay will shut you down through the API in a hot minute because it affects their bottom line. Well, it doesn't actually. It adds to them. If you're saying you'd still buy it on eBay, you would just have a separate search engine. Interesting. I'm not sure how they would.
How they would make money?
Yeah, how that search engine
Ads.
would make money. Yeah. James, can you please get on that right now? I would.
Once it's set up, it's just a search engine. How much maintenance would it require? But if it's getting traffic, then it could sell ads.
Well, how much do you think eBay take? How much maintenance? I mean, yes, it's a big site and it requires some maintenance, but eBay is pretty. It's glitch bay, but it is what it is.
Yeah, the customer service is probably one of their.
That's their big expense for sure.
That's one thing that scared me too. Is like imagine eBay with that you couldn't call anybody.
Well, it used to be that way. It was that way up until about 10 years ago. We could talk to people at first. Then they took away customer service for a number of a year maybe. There was none. This was 10 years ago, I think. And then, maybe somebody else, because I wasn't paying it, again, just like you said in your video, and I've said a million times, I wasn't paying attention to anything eBay except for making money until last June, April. I never looked into their financials or any aspect of eBay except for where's my money? Where's my cake? So yeah, and that's my point. Where was Biff said that steak was $10 a pound at Costco? Isn't that cheap? New York steak, $10 a pound at Costco. That seems cheap. I feel like I have to go there right now.
People are saying, that's Mercari, that's Etsy, that's Bonanza, sites where you can't call in. I mean,
no, eBay did it once. eBay did not. You could not call in for an extended period of time. They took away live customer service for a period of time within the past 2 decades.
I mean, I just got my Etsy account set up. So I just got it verified and everything. So that's the first step. And James,
admitting there's a problem is the first step.
James says one great thing about this country: hard times generate new thoughts and ideas.
Yes.
And that's what I was thinking about when you were talking about how we're in
turning.
Kind of like
Absolutely.
the end phase is like there's always opportunities in crisis. There's always, some would say, that's when the most opportunities present itself. Because
innovation, everything is coming out of necessity or need. Let me read this one other thing, because I don't know if this is going to help or make it worse. Because this was originally, some of these ideas were put forth by Karl Marx, so it's semi-communisty. And then somebody in the 75s, I think a British guy, came out. But it's about late capitalism. Of course, communists are anti-capitalist, but in this case, I think it's not unfair to say that there is that arc to capitalism. And it starts to eat itself when you get to the end and there's not enough money for the people at the bottom. So the people at the top have to take the money from the people at the bottom because they just need more money. And it's not really about anything except for more. And in this particular the cultural component. So the term late capitalism regained relevance in 1991 when Marxist literary critic Frederick Jameson, so a critic to him, don't call me a communist, damn you, drawing on Mandel's idea that capitalism has sped up and gone global, Jameson expanded his analysis to the cultural realm. His argument was that late capitalist societies have lost their connection with history and are defined by a fascination with the present. In James's account, late capitalism is characterized by a globalized post-industrial economy where everything, not just material resources and products, but also immaterial dimensions such as the arts and lifestyle activities, become commodified and consumable. This capitalist stage, we see innovations for the sake of innovations, a superficial projected image of self via celebrities or influencers channeled through social media and so on. In this time, whatever societal changes that emerge are quickly transformed into products for exchange. Unlike those who celebrated postmodernism as replete with irony and transgression, Jameson considers it to be a non-threatening feature of capitalist system in contemporary societies. So it's not going to kill us, but everyone who has been sort of, philosophizing on these things, we seem to be right there with a lot of different philosophical things in this fourth turning. You're right. This is when the changes happen. We're changing right now. We're pivoting and everything where we just didn't up until now. So have I said enough? Should I say more? I want to say more.
Let's try and get caught up first, because
Good luck.
there's a lot going on in today's chat.
There really is.
Yeah, stirring up some stuff here.
Who's stirring it?
You.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's fair. And thank you again to Benny Stratton, not Benny Stratton's Paragraphs, but the real Benny Stratton. On my community post last night about he added a lot of information and feedback, which I appreciate. So thank you, Benny. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Benny, that's why I said what I said about eBay, AI, and it seems like they kind of just want to get rid of customer service in general. And
if we were running a business, wouldn't we want to do that too? Yes. That I can I can see both sides. I just don't like.
Yeah. But think about the problems that we have,
the real problems,
and that arise, and some of these problems are eBay induced glitches, and they could the auction professor was just talking about how
he was calling it glitch bay. He called it.
Yes,
I think he called it glitch bay.
I saw that, and then it's funny because I was at the gym last night and I was watching James and auction professor, and both of them. I think James was just talking about glitches, but because glitch has been on my mind for the last week, it's like that principle where you think you see a card for the first time and then you've never seen before, and then the next thing you see it everywhere.
Everywhere you look, yeah.
So I'm hearing glitch everywhere right now.
No, because it's full of glitches. In fact, I was going to ask you before, but we didn't have a second. Every time I do my reset, the last page, so you've got a number of 200 pages each in your ended item listings, and the last page, no matter what, the first time I click on it, blank. So if I have 9 pages, 8 pages, I can relist fine. I go to the 9th page, it just shows up blank. I hit refresh, it pops up, no problem. But it's consistent every time I hit on the last page of my ended listing. So I was wondering if people would go try that and see if it's a widespread weird glitch bay.
Well,
go ahead.
I was just going to say how Motorcycle Dork was commenting that he just doesn't get how eBay as a business can think it's not okay to provide customer service when they expect us
to provide customer
as sellers
service
to be accountable for answering buyer questions so quickly.
Which
is so true and hypocritical of them.
Yeah, it is.
They're just not there.
It's like somebody had sent me. I don't know if they want me to say their name or not, but a message today about how they sold something and then the expected delivery was way sooner than it should have been. And it was an expensive item and it did get adjusted. But imagine the expectation that the buyer has when they think that they're going to get it between a certain time and then it changes for the worse for them. But it also makes the seller look bad initially because the buyer is thinking it's going to come at a certain time. It's all these expectations that, like you said, eBay holds for us and expects us and punishes us if we don't, but they get off scot-free because it's their sandbox.
I feel like I'm in as eBay resellers, we're in the basket of deplorables. I feel like we're in a basket of deplorables. That's from their point of view.
We're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't sometimes.
Yeah, for sure that. But
eBay thinks of us as
we're dirty dogs. We're a necessary evil. That's what
Outdoor Worlds says eBay wants their income to be 50-50 from ads. They will lose revenue from sales and they will get it back from ads. E-commerce is changing.
Only 16% people. Only 16% of people are using promoted listings right now on eBay. There's plenty of growth there, and the more growth they get, the more they're gonna just beat us up.
But didn't they say 2 billion items and 900 million had promoted listings?
Yeah, that's what I got. I
thought they said 16%. Only 16%.
That's 45%.
Oh well, maybe I just make up numbers sometimes. So.
No.
But no, they did say. But I think maybe the users only 16%. But out of those users, they each have a bunch of items listed, and then they use promoted listings or ads on their items.
I don't
know
understand
what
that.
I'm saying.
No, me neither. But so what is the thing? Is it's 900 million people use a promoted list? Our items are promoted.
Right. Items.
16% of sellers.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
16.
Yeah, that was the number I got.
Yes, and Kent says 16% use it, but remember, 80% love it. Seriously.
Major Win is back.
Oh, Major Win! Aloha! Major Win is awesome and sent us a super chat.
Major Win is a very giving person.
For sure. I mean,
he's awesome.
And he's in California. And you need that money to buy something there.
The funniest thing on the call, from my standpoint, the funniest thing I thought internally was when Jamie said, when I'm having a bad day, I just go to the message boards and read all the comments. And I'm just thinking, what the hell message boards are you reading,
He's
bro?
a sick, evil, like reverso, bizarro world guy where he goes and he's like, I hate you, Jamie. You should die. And he's like, aw, my heart.
I think that was some, what's that? What's the word I'm looking for? When
Reverse psychology.
No, not that. It's when somebody is petty, but they do it in a.
Was snarky or
Kinda. I feel like.
sarcastically. Okay.
Ish, kinda. There's a different word. There's a different word.
Patricia, ring in the bell. Come on. Passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive.
The 6x6.
This whole
Ding,
world
ding, ding, ding,
everywhere, like the whole, and eBay makes us be passive aggressive. YouTubers are passive aggressive because, whatever. You don't want to say stuff. You don't want to, it's actually kind of annoying. The fourth turning. I'm just super annoyed right now.
And I wanted
because of the thing yesterday.
There was another.
I just feel held back. That's all. Go ahead, Spam.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sort of changing the subject, but a little while back, Motorcycle Dork was responding to, I think it was Biff, and was saying how he agreed that eating out, even if it's at McDonald's, is actually considered a luxury. Anytime someone else is making you a meal and you're paying for it, it is somewhat of a luxury. So, even the people that, we're saying are eating there because maybe their budget is lower, it's still considered a luxury, especially compared to 90% of the world.
Little hockey puck of love.
You're right. And
double cheeseburger.
What we consider luxury, yeah, you're right. But still, at the same time, the people who are eating there, they're not like thinking, oh, I'm at a 5-star diner.
Right.
Well, no, they don't. And I would never buy a Big Mac for $18 no matter what, because they're not that good. They give me heartburn. The fries, I can't eat a large fries. I don't drink sugared soda or the squirts. Well, they don't. McDonald's, actually, that's why I do like them, because they don't squirt. It's not a Domino's effect. Domino's pizza is like in and squirt out, but McDonald's is okay. You wanted to know that. We don't eat at Domino's. But I'm not against anybody trying to make $1 because they're all franchises,
Sorry, I'm just trying to get caught up.
There's so much.
I can't believe how everyone has great perspective and insight.
And there's no way to. I see Den Decor Depot is here. I just like to say hi to people. That's my thing, right?
James, eBay getting rid of customer service has made me stop answering customers' emails. Who needs that crap?
Yeah.
Hi, friends. So, Outdoor Worlds, I never ate McDonald's in your life. Feel so bad for not supporting capitalism. Well, you're not missing anything except for like some interesting food chemical additives.
Yeah, it's good hangover food.
Oh, so we're just gonna jump. Who cares? I mean, I'm pretending like somehow I don't just jump all over the place. Of course I do. but the thing about Jamie. Wait, now I forgot. Jamie said something else. The organic search part.
Oh,
I just want to go back to that and say. So now let me ask then. I do the nuclear reset every day. I am taking advantage of that organic search. That's the only thing that drives my sales. That and offers. If I don't have offers and if I don't do a nuclear reset, I don't think I get sales. So, and I don't promote at all. So it's not promotion getting me my sales. It is, the reset. And so that is organic traffic, right? Am I right? Am I reading that right?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I would. Right. Yours is organic. Yeah.
So that's what he's proud of, is that organic that I'm taking advantage of, right? Am I right? I just want to feel like I'm doing something right.
Outdoors Worlds also was just saying, guys, you need to understand, and this is so true, that new sellers will promote, which we all have been saying.
And they're just trying to get us out. They're trying to
sellers are not.
Yeah, they're like, there's the door.
So
remember that time we were
get out the old sellers.
Remember
and
when we were
in
in
the
San
new
Francisco at the
bills.
Oasis that one time at that club, the Oasis, and it was 2:30 in the morning, and we were blotto, and we were up in the cages. I was different looking back then,
Lord.
and we were We were in like the go-go cages at this club, and they had like a
I would
pool.
like to see pictures of
It was crazy. You have to just look in our brains because no pictures exist.
I have no recollection.
It's probably 25 years ago. And it's 2:30. This woman is last person out of the club. She's getting people out of corners. She's like, it's time to go. She doesn't work there. We're on vacation. She spends a half hour escorting everybody out of the bar. And so that's what eBay's doing to us. They are literally just sitting around. And they want us to go. They want all the old resellers that don't promote, that are annoying, that are hassles, and they can put the clamps right on the new people that come in. And for sure, that's part of their strategy. I'm not saying that's everything. And I don't think they hate me personally at all. Otherwise, they'd give me no money. Then something would happen.
Yeah, take a look at more of these.
So many words. I just don't know what to do.
Okay, I'll help.
I'm overwhelmed with the words.
As Hayfro says, DDD. Den Decor Depot said, I said last live, I think, Hayfros, we're doing okay, but I'm not growing.
No growth.
That's the thing. If eBay would open up
taking our growth.
bandwidth and server processor power, I think we'd all be doing
server
better.
processor power. Yay. So according to their bull crap yesterday, and when I say that, who knows what their real books are? You have to believe their shiny little pages. Somebody writes their shiny little pages. So they said either they're doubling GPUs, which is processing power, over 2024 or in the first quarter. I heard both. So I'm not sure which one they said, but they're doubling their GPU. I'll tell you right now, knowing hardware and computers, there's not any loss of server power. There's no lacking of data storage. There is no problem with the technology of computers for eBay.
What were you just reading in that book of yours?
His notes.
Look at this. look at my note is Canadian TV. It's like a leather book I just have from somewhere, but it's CTV. But I'm in America. How does that even make sense?
Oh, yeah, that is. Well, you're close to the border.
So close that I have an Expos hat on.
Andy Someta.
Andy Someta is here. Okay. Benny Stratton's starting to talk. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to pop up here. Did you hear Jamie actually refer to I don't know if you actually mean that. Refer to us as customers. I almost fell out of my chair. Was like, what are you talking about? Well, he does look at us as customers. Yeah. Is it C2C is customer to customer, right? Is that what eBay is? So B2B is business to business. We know that. C2C is consumer to consumer.
Saying a few kind of like those kinds of terminologies. I wasn't sure what he was talking about.
Yeah, he was confusing me. And this go for it basis is totally just a new. I don't think that term's been around for very long, but it's like I don't have any way to prove that what I'm saying is right.
It is customer to customer.
It is customer.
Yeah.
So they position themselves as the two. So we are customers on both sides of the equation to eBay.
You mean sellers?
Sellers are customers to eBay.
Sellers and buyers.
I feel like we're the first customer. But I mean...
We are. That doesn't give us any benefit, though. We're just, as far as they're looking, they're charging us and they're charging the other side.
It's because sellers are sellers and some are both.
Yes. We used to be much more buyers than we are now because we're poor and we don't have any money to buy stuff. But I would buy stuff on eBay. I love stuff. If there's one thing I love is stuff.
Jack says, would like people's thoughts on who is making the money that is maintaining eBay sales when most of us have lost half of our sales or earnings. Like somebody out there is winning. Either somebody out there is winning or a whole lot of people are just like eBay is just literally just spreading it out. So it's not that anybody's really winning, and maybe
J-Ride.
But
I just wanted to say his name.
But think about it. Is he winning as much as he
No. He's not winning. I know for a fact.
Now he's selling on 3 other platforms.
Yes.
What does that say?
I think
he's winning at YouTube.
That's what he intends to do. That is his purpose, is to win on YouTube. eBay is really not his main thing. So, and it is that's what we're trying to do too.
Well, as we just mentioned, we were discussing that eBay is sort of probably counting on the old timers like us to either hit the road or pay up. But these younger people coming in, the newbies, they are coming into eBay while they're also on the other site. So
are you saying he's a noob? Is he a noob? He is kind of a noob, I guess.
These,
Advanced
old school eBayers were so used to just the one platform. But a lot of the new people they're all familiar with selling on multiple platforms. This is nothing new to them. And so coming into eBay and seeing sales that we would maybe be, scoffing at, they're like, this is normal because I have some stuff on Etsy, some stuff on, Poshmark. So to them, it's nothing. To
my new
us,
store,
we're like,
our new store is up 460%. So it's a laughing joke. I mean, it's up 52% over last month or something. We made $400 in a month, but it's up 400%. So this is just, it's part of the fun Christmas tree, the numbers. We get very mesmerized with numbers. People do. And if we trust those numbers, then we act certain ways when we see them. I think Pete's green
Maria.
streak performance should.
Give Maria a pew,
Where's
pew, pew, pew.
Where's Maria?
Maria needs her.
I have to find her
right
first.
here.
I love stuff and the people who sell stuff. Aloha, Maria. Thank you. I assume you're referring to me.
Only you.
Let's see. It's the focus categories that are making money. I think they said those were up 6%, which 6%. It's 6%.
So DDD says, I think the inefficient programming is killing their GPU output, or some kind of green agreement thing is what is killing.
That could be
with virtual server. You've talked about that before.
The greening.
In the past.
Well,
and you said that because of that, it's possible that's why they're geofencing.
Somebody, and it was one of you guys, one of you Benny types, who focused me on something on the eBay corporate page that said it's EDL or ESL. It's a modern corporate philosophy about greener and spreading out the democratizing
it's like a philosophy.
The sales. It seems to be a business philosophy for big companies so that they do good. It's part of their do-gooders.
It's probably just an appearance thing.
I think it's appearance. Yes, I feel
they're just like they want to act like they're following like the guidelines or the regulations that the governments are.
I'm pretty sure they took half my sales and gave them to somebody. I mean,
where did they go? Or they took half of your sales and they spread it out among a bunch of people.
Yes, I think so. I think that's but probably globally because they're so global now with the. I don't know.
Robert 292. Hi. Sorry.
Robert.
No.
Hey guys. He hacked eBay's AI, and the sales should be coming around any second now.
Nice. Thank you.
Let us know once you figured it out. We'll just all employ it.
Sorry, I interrupted you, Jeff.
No, it's okay.
How dare you?
I don't even remember what I was going to say.
It wasn't.
Dang it.
I have so many. It was. There's Jamie. Jamie's talking right now.
Wait, Jamie's in the chat?
Jamie was just in the chat.
Oh,
he was feeling down, so he came in to get a little pep talk.
I don't know if Miss Merritt is listening, but 656 says Miss Merritt would agree. Primo Kimo sells stuff.
I do. That's what I do.
Miss Merritt!
Aloha, Miss Merritt. Robert. Okay, everybody's thanking Robert for hacking eBay. Let us know how it works. Offloading GPU is only a few years old. eBay is still 15 years away. Well, the GPU, so that doubling their GPUs is what I'm saying. That capital investment is going to put it's going to put to bed their processing power. They have plenty of processing power. They have plenty of data storage. So they can hold all of our low ASP items till the end of the next century if they want to. It doesn't cost that much once they've got the infrastructure rolling. And again, since that processing power is going to be there, question is that processing power used for AI? Takes way more processing power. I just thought of that. I just convinced myself that I don't even know what I'm talking about. So yes, they're investing in these capital investments with the GPUs, but it's not going to be used to keep the site less glitchy or to make the site run more smoothly. In fact, it's going to be used to run AI. So they have to have less humans. And that's actually going to make it more glitchy because AI is still glitchy. So now they just ultra glitched us. Damn it. I thought I was feeling good about something for a second. Patricia was going to send... I don't know what that means. Patricia was going to send somebody an O. I don't know what that means. I don't exactly know what that means.
I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
Maria says, would be interesting to hear a database programmer's perspective as to how the code could have been adjusted or manipulated and the repercussions of the same.
Wait, who said this? I didn't read that.
Maria.
Okay, Maria said, would it be interesting? The question is it illegal? So it doesn't
remember
matter.
Back in July, Josh had spoken with somebody who worked on the coding. Remember that?
No, I don't, because I don't think I was even onto it yet. I didn't really start till October. That was when we had a couple months of trying to like fix it, and then we're like, we give up. Got to go to YouTube, find Hayfrosells.
Full-time Flippers podcast. Hi.
Aloha, welcome. Wait, is he full-time flipper?
Why doesn't eBay just make a seller's app that you can scan an item and on the one side of the screen you see active listings and on the other side of the screen
that would be
sold
nice.
Listings.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be.
Because have you ever well, you guys don't really go out thrifting and likely comping, but these days it's like when I'm out and I'm trying to get comps, it's extremely difficult to do it on the app anymore. You're not getting results.
Oh, but Jeff, did you see that they added a button so that you can what can you do? They added a button on the app. So their magical innovations put a button where you didn't used to. What was it for?
It was to send an offer.
Send an offer from a message. So you're looking at a message, somebody sends you a message. They put a little button in there now on the app that you can send an offer from that message because magical innovations. Am I right? You look thrilled. Everybody should be thrilled with the little button that was put in there.
So, and Kevin is saying, so sadly, eBay may never be able to grow and provide enough processing to satisfy everyone.
Yes, and I think that, again, I did actually realize what that meant. I thought it meant that they were going to try to be less glitchy, but that isn't. They just are going to be more AI, which takes more processing power. So that actually disappoints me. Wait, where is?
Well, in there, right? The AI. Well, you were saying that the AI is going to take up a lot of the GPU power, right?
Yes, that's why they're updating it. They're not updating it.
And I do know with that,
I thought
with the new service that they're rolling out, the magic listing,
magical listing.
And they're
because
updating
they're buying your app. I think they're buying Photo Room.
Let me finish.
That's her favorite app in the world, and they're going to ruin it.
And right, they're going to be improving their photo editing app. Well, app, removing the background and providing, like you mentioned in your video,
removal tool.
And Photo Room is the app I use to do all of my photos, and I know just from them,
it's really good. She loves it.
They do constant updates all the time, and they say how much data it takes to do all of these AI backgrounds and generate all this stuff. And please be patient. We're growing. We're adding more servers to handle all of this AI and these backgrounds. And
but eBay has licensed it. So eBay uses some of Photo Room's technology.
Yeah, because we noticed that.
And I'm guessing you're going to end up consuming the company, I'm sure.
They might.
What's the app called?
It's called Photo Room, and I discovered it in 2020, I believe, and it changed my world for photographing. Because
eBay's background removal tool was garbage, and it's too complicated to do it on the computer, which I used to do. So it was an app, so she could do it take a picture, run it through in seconds, as opposed to having to take all the pictures, run each one through Photoshop or something. It did change.
And they didn't have the AI backgrounds when I first purchased the app. So again, they're constantly making improvements. And and it does seem like maybe eBay is going to buy them out or something. Who knows? I mean, that's total speculation.
Get to the chopper!
Reckless speculation.
It is. We've never heard anything other than we did see on eBay, somewhere on eBay, that they did have some sort of affiliation with PhotoRoom. So maybe PhotoRoom is working on eBay's project for them. Who knows?
I know. I think that they'll buy them eventually. They're holding out for some more money because it's an excellent app. But they raised their price too, so it went from like $39 to like $100 a year.
Yeah, it's over $100 now for the pro service. Yeah.
Patricia says Devin called it promoted listings, but it's Bezos' concept to move away from organic relevancy search and charge sellers for position and buy box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's the enshittification. I mean, there's nothing natural in it. But eBay is still saying organic growth. And so I'm just going to go ahead and say that if you guys aren't doing if there's somebody out there that's not resetting their store, I think that, Auction Professor today, just in the telling of his video, he says, I do it all the time. And I know anybody who's realistically a good seller on eBay will tell you to end and sell similar. I mean, there's no way. You have to end and sell similar, people. So if you're not, please do that. Do it as often as you can without incurring additional expense.
Are your views and impressions still in decline mode?
Mm-hmm. Page views are. Impressions are up.
Okay.
Page views are down. But sales are just normal, and in fact, a little more dense and uniform. For the past 10 days, we've had a fairly only 2 down days out of 10. This is the biggest pattern of goodness that we've seen in months, and it's not that good. It's just what happened.
I'll be right back. I gotta go take Maria's coffee up to her. She's not
okay. Yes, take care of her.
Veronica the boss agrees. She says, "I love PhotoRoom, worth every penny." And Den Decor Depot says, "Yeah, no photo boxes needed when you're taking photos with PhotoRoom because they have templates for eBay, Etsy, Posh, Depop, and you can resize, you can adjust the coloring. It's really great.
Veronica the boss is here too. Hello. I love her. Oh, you just read her. I love PhotoRoom worth every penny. Well, she deserves a horn. Let's see. Benny, let me know when you're back, Jeff, and I'll put you back on the screen. Are you back?
Flipping Sports Guy was like, "Isn't everything on YouTube reckless speculation?" About my comment about PhotoRoom or eBay and PhotoRoom.
Did somebody say that was reckless speculation?
We were joking that it was.
It is. What else are we gonna do? We don't have anything. We don't owe anything to anybody. We can speculate all we want.
Andy somebody was like, "Pa, how else are you going to get views? Real information?" And then
no,
right, Andy.
But seriously, I mean, we know. I think one of the coolest and most interesting. I'm just going to make sure. Is Jeff? Are you there? Oh,
yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Maria was kidding.
One of the most interesting things about starting a YouTube channel, which. If you're into YouTube, I don't see any downside of doing YouTube. I mean,
except the time.
It is a time suck, and it can be. It's very heavy. It's like just a lot of equipment and stuff and things, and getting yourself together and like taking a shower. Those things, you know.
I'd say the 2 downsides are, one, the time. It's way more time intensive than I think anybody who doesn't do YouTube could imagine. Number 2. There is some level of negativity for people.
There is.
Like the commenters, like people who just say stupid things and you just.
My head is so thick though.
I know, but not everybody is like that.
I know. You do have to have you have to have a big, thick, chubby head.
Big Guy 1544.
Big Guy 1544. Welcome to the show.
Wait, what were you just talking about before the YouTube thing because I was making a note and then thought popped in my head and it pushed out my other.
Yeah, me
what
too.
I was going to write.
We have to rely on these other people to keep us honest. I have no idea what I was talking about. That was minutes ago, Jeff.
Okay, I want to go back to something, and then we'll come back to whatever it is we're talking about now. But when you were talking about the eBay luxury, and we were talking about the economy being soft,
Macy closing the 150 stores and focusing the others on higher luxury goods.
What is remarkable is that I believe, if the economy is soft and people are struggling, why is eBay going after luxury items? Like what eBay's vision of where they want to be does not really align with the current economic.
I have the answer. I know it. I know it's the enshittification. It is late stage capitalism. Rich get richer, poor get poorer. Who cares about the poor? Middle class is decimated. Because by the way, I don't know, probably everybody in here is in the middle class. I'm guessing.
Well, and then even the middle class, dreams of having that luxury item, so they'll save up for it to buy it.
The little bit of the remnants of the middle class that exist are going to be upper middle class. They're just going to be like by numbers, not quite in the upper class. But believe it, it's the poor are getting poorer, the rich are getting richer, and the distance between them is getting greater.
Right. And Gangland Legacy says rich people are not affected by this economy.
Of course not.
And
they most certainly they won't be. If the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, the future is the rich. So you better have luxury goods to feed that monster.
But Benny says, could we form a group and try to get all 50 states and international too, so we can maybe see if eBay's actually hiding our items in search? Like, say, someone in New York can have someone.
Who was doing that? Who was doing that? No, doesn't Benny, not Benny, I'm sorry, Benny. Tommy Bernard, didn't he say that he does that? He's been doing it for years, like testing. I know.
Yeah, with his pals in other states, they sort of, didn't he say that?
Yeah, he said that there's that they get different results.
Yeah.
Which led, just further credence to my idea that they geocache us based on location. Secondary geocache us based on probably time. There's a bunch of different things. It's algorithms, so they can make it as complicated
I will say
as they
this,
want.
Benny. We, Jack and I, and we're going to be. Well, we have a Discord.
Oh yeah, remember Discord?
We just haven't started to use it, so that is something that we can maybe even do inside. Everyone is going to be welcome. It's just one way for us to kind of communicate offline as well.
And Discord is, it's like this, but not as public, so we can say real stuff. We can really let everybody know.
Into the real reckless speculation.
Robert 292. My niche is pre-owned luxury clothing. Ooh.
Well, we are. For 25 years, I sold luxury goods, but not furniture. So mostly furniture. So high-end, mid-century modern, Herman Miller, Knoll, Danish modern furniture. And it was great. It was awesome. It's a lot of work. And so our first business model was sell stuff to rich people. It is still sort of our business model, but we're in the fracking the hoard period, this is just the worst time to do that part. We should have done this like 10 years ago. And then kept all the luxury goods in storage. But the thing is, you just can't talk about reckless speculation. I did what was called speculative accumulation, which is essentially buying tons of stuff and storing it for 20 years so that the value went up. And it does, by the way, especially if it's vintage computers and stuff.
Love the Bearded says, everybody raise your prices over $1,000, LOL.
Please do that, and then I'll lower mine at the same time. Love the Bearded.
I have luxury clothing. Yep, I wear Hanes underwear.
That is luxury.
So stock update.
Okay.
It's only up. It's less than up 7% now. It's below where it opened. So this is interesting to see what happens.
Your professor.
As we head into the close.
So it's down a little bit, but that was Is that a pretty typical spike that it made overnight and then it settled a little bit, but it's still up by 7?
Basically, it's below where it opened. That is a little bearish, but like I said, it could take a couple days to kind of get a more idea as to whether or not this move is going to hold. But yeah, if it were to sell off, if it were to sell off at the end of the day, that would mean that the institutions would be selling into this rally. They would be using that liquidity, that move up. So really, the dumb money was the ones who bought in the after hours, and the institutions would be selling off. But it's still too early to say. But it's interesting that we're now below where we opened.
Mm-hmm. You would expect it to go up a little bit, maybe.
If it was unanimously bullish,
yeah,
it would close at the day's highs.
Now, if you were looking at the GMV, and it's stagnant or has gone down, is that a more important a piece of information than other ones?
To me, that's the most important.
That's what I thought. I mean, because I understand investing, but just so rudimentary. I don't want to be stupid. So,
like,
GMV is important.
Like, what is eBay? It's a place where you buy stuff, and if your sales are not increasing, everything else is smoke and mirrors.
Well, I just want to thank Major Wind again for the middle class.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Oh, yes, it's at the top. I'm sorry. Thank you, Major Wind. Really appreciate it. You have been hearted.
Yes. Gonna pop some tags.
So also, just to take a moment here, just to talk about the backstage stuff online here. I do want to bring in some guests. Would you like to be involved in that? Like if we had if we had Major Win or Amy Nesbitt Experience in here, would you like to do that? Or would we just do that together? Do you want to be involved? I would like you to be involved.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at you. Don't you see me? You can't see me. Yes, we're talking to you.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. We are. You're in the mafia. See, that's why everything's all mafia nowadays. But no, so I think what we're going to start to do next Wednesday, maybe the one after that, I don't know. Just have to see how things go. But I want to start bringing in a guest that's part of our audience here. And if they want to be on, I want to talk to them about their
that'll be so
experiences fun. and get to know them a little bit and maybe point people to their stores, all that kind of stuff. So
Andy Sobeta said you should have just stored Pokemon cards or Legos if you were going to keep them for 20 years. Your collection of stuff is even older, though, than Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, no Pokemon.
We're talking like 30 years, right?
Well, Macintosh computers, 1980s stuff, 70s and 80s stuff, I think is fair to say. That's
the stuff that
So 40 and 50-year-old stuff,
collected.
But I bought it at the point when people were throwing it out. So they're like, this stuff is, it's under 20 years old, about 20 years old. That's when Americans go, ew. They're like, ew, this is 20 years old, ew. That's when I go get it, put it in a hole somewhere, then bring it out 20 years after that and go, ooh, shiny thing that you threw away. Haha, double price.
Benny says Walmart is still in business since 1962 now because they cater to the rich. And that was kind of my point in kind of talking about, I feel like eBay is actually missing a massive opportunity to be pushing and selling to the masses versus trying to sell to, these pre-luxury handbags, which Stoic says, I think what people lose sight of is people who are rich rarely buy pre-owned luxury goods.
Pre-owned? Rich people do not buy pre-owned.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the term bougie, does bougie, is that upper middle class? Or I mean, I'm so obsessed with class here. I'm asking questions. So it's upper middle. It's not the top. The rich people are not bougie. It's the people who want to be rich, kind of. Or
yes, it's more like wanting to give off the appearance.
But I think that's the growing class of customers. So the like you said. The rich people are going to buy brand new goods. They don't want a Rolls Royce somebody farted in. They want a brand. They want to be the first fart. That's the first fart doctrine. That's what I call it. When you buy a car, you get the first fart doctrine.
But your non-Kim Kardashian rich people, like Gila Klein, I follow some,
H3 podcast.
People on Instagram that
show.
I know are wealthy. They love vintage luxury items.
Okay, there you go.
So they do buy used luxury items. It's actually, I think,
But they're not.
a
They're
cool
not
thing.
snobs. They're not upper class snobs. They're not the elites.
They're not. That's why I'm saying non-Kim Kardashian.
They're not
rich
elites.
people.
Well, even Kim Kardashian's not an elitist. She's just rich, right? I mean, elitists are people who live in, the elitists are people you don't know, like politicians and like Bill Maher and stuff. His name just came to my mind, so I said it. But so the bougie class, which if you don't want to be, the middle class is disappearing. So if you don't want to jump up to the bougie class, you're going to go downtown class, and nobody wants to be there, I don't think. So I guess they're selling to the bougie class, and then the bougie class wants to look cool to associate with the elitists, so they have the cool new but used stuff. I mean, high end but used stuff, and maybe they don't tell people about that. This is my mind is just filled with this kind of stupid minutia all day long, because I wonder what drives people. I always wonder what drives people, and usually it's ego. I mean, usually they just want to be part of a crew of some sort.
Signal Fixer.
Signal Fixer, welcome. Where is? I have to scroll down.
Signal Fixer says, "Hello guys, great show. You guys are like medicine for eBay sales deficiency syndrome (EDS).
Yeah, we don't provide any sales, like flipping ain't easy, but we can offer those. Between Hayfrosells and I, we'll each give you a sale if you like this video, and if you don't, you get money back guarantee on that.
Yeah, or you can buy my little plushie that will make your store turn on.
Seriously, yeah, we can sell you a couple goods that are designed strategically to light your store on fire, but we only sell them behind a paywall on Patreon. Don't have a Patreon really, but
Hey, Patricia is like saying, I bought a blue mic a while ago. Was thinking about teaching online courses in vintage/antique objects.
how-tos are YouTube.
Do a masterclass.
Absolutely. How-tos on YouTube are the thing. Narrow it down, break it up into tiny pieces, and just put out videos on how to just be the authority in your chunk. That's what I would do. Because that's what we're doing. We're the authority on knowing nothing. Yeah, we're rising through the ranks.
I mean, we're trying to model eBay.
We're trying exactly. I mean,
they don't know anything, and yet they make billions of dollars.
And it's based on not telling us what's happening. That's essentially, the one member earlier in the show, and I remember now, I think it was Jack who said, don't make me say that word. Obfuscation is the one word that, and it's the same word actually that I think we had for last quarter. And it is, but it's a business thing. They do that. They just put out the shiny reports. Everybody, come with me. It's all for their, everybody has hedge funds that they're, and whatever. Everything is, if you think about it too much, you get annoyed like I just did. But I think that if we could just sell enough stuff so that I can also have some used luxury goods and
Well, Paul Rose is saying the rich are tight a lot. Sold a captain's boat hat to a woman in Italy, already well priced, and took 50% off. She said, "Thanks, my husband will love it." On the yacht he just bought.
There are those guys, of course.
Oh man, that's furious.
There's the super low baller rich people, which because it's sport. It's basically getting a good deal of sport for them.
Somebody had made an offer on something on Marketplace the other day. And it was kind of a low ball. It was a low ball offer. And then I went and I looked at their listings on Marketplace to see what they were selling. And he was selling like a $200,000 condo. Like, and like you want 30% off an item that's like $20 in my head.
Well, for sure, people who've made their way in the world, who are maybe wealthier but earned all the money, they're cheap. But people who are just born rich, they don't have any idea. And I know that for a fact.
Was there anything on the earnings report or the earnings call that caught your ear, or anything that you wanted to comment on?
Well, it was, really the one thing that because I did narrow it down to that one little saying, because it just seems like it's, the movie, That's the movie. Well, Geronimo is his word for love. I forget what the movie is. Someone will know. And it's, it's got what's his face and what's her face, and they're like, you know that movie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
what?
Geronimo is his word for love, and I think that it just reminds me very much of the Go For It basis, where nobody's questioning Jamie because there's no plan B. What's the plan B? They're operating this plan A thing, and they're still
and it's like what's crazy to me is how delusional I feel they are, where they're like, our plan is working, we're on the right track, blah blah blah. You're right, there is no plan B, and that's why they're so bought into it.
Bye, Outdoors Worlds.
Aloha, Outdoor Worlds. We'll see you sometime soon. Thank you. And also, Major Win's out too. Thank you, Major Win. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Oh no, he was saying good.
Oh, have a good one to Outdoor World. Sorry, you can stay. You stay here at Major Wins. So, so back to that one thing. Either next week or the week after, we are going to have one of two people on here who have already contacted me to talk about it, and that is Amy and Major Win. I just haven't decided how to do it.
Well, Motorcycle Dork is saying also Biff Boffo or Patricia. Yes, we would like them too, but
Biff Boffo says that he's scared of his mouth. And
scared of his mouth?
Yeah, he says too many salty things, then deletes them. He shouldn't be on a live. Well, I can get the button ready.
That makes for great TV.
I know, seriously, and I don't mind. I mean, you can say stuff. I won't hold it against you.
Nothing that really has a huge impact on what we're talking about, but one little teeny tidbit of information that Jamie mentioned was how they had product in Q4 to better highlight the listings with faster shipping times.
Oh, yes. That's what he said.
Yeah, so
he said that.
But I don't believe that. In my experience, every time I go from one or same day back to 2 or 3, I get more sales. And I did same day last week for the first time ever, and I had the worst week that I've ever had, I think.
Oh, well, that doesn't work then.
I don't know. I don't buy it. I don't buy it anymore.
Well, Q4 he was saying. I mean, we all know if you're buying something online.
But he said a tricky thing. Like we've been positioning units or items
on these words.
He said we had product in Q4 to better highlight listings with faster shipping times. So
he doesn't have anything. I product the product. And all he does is
product
get his
some sort of program,
grubby little hands on it and forward it to the next person. That's all he does. He doesn't even do that. You know what he does? He just has ones and zeros, and they print out a little label, and I do all the work.
Jasmine asked if I've already discussed Ioni's word take. Did you hear that about the take?
Yes, it's the take. They're on the take.
They really and
take.
That was in your video too. You were.
Did I hear it right when he says he expects promoted listings to basically keep going up until next year Q2? Is that what he said?
He said there was some, I don't know why, downturn softness in something in Q2 2025. How does he know
that's
that
probably just where their projections are probably like we can ramp it up, we can increase our take rate. I mean, they have to know there's a finite amount that they can take. They can't have it all.
They hire all we've talked about this before, and it just goes into just the reality of things is just too overwhelming for everybody, including myself. But PricewaterhouseCoopers, they hire these huge consulting firms to figure out how to manipulate people. They're not shooting in the dark. We are human beings with brains, and we operate similarly in many respects, and they just use all those things to their advantage. And so they can raise those. They figured they can raise those prices for 4 more quarters, or maybe they're going to go up 1% in promoted listings. Maybe they're going to lower because they are. I'm seeing lower page views, even though my impressions are sort of remaining constant. Page views are going down. Sales aren't necessarily going down. All manipulations, if you believe in The grandparents are the impressions, the page views are the parents, and the sales are the kids. Which they should be in an organic situation.
And you were talking about taking advantage or taking.
Yes.
What were you saying? Anyhow, eBay is. They use it to their advantage.
Yeah.
And the Gangland Legacy is saying that one of my friends is rich and he hears from me about how bad eBay is and how sellers are desperate. So the friend is going on eBay to rebuild his entire childhood car collection, like 50% off with lowball, 50% off lowball offers.
Yeah.
So everyone's taking advantage.
It's okay to do that. You may do that. I don't mind that because you're going to get these sellers are going to actually get some money. Because sales are depressed. So good.
Ding, ding,
take advantage
ding,
of the situation.
Ding, ding, ding,
Oh, Sesame Street. We don't have that. Oh,
yeah,
no,
the Sesame Street count. Oh, one,
two.
Yeah.
I don't. I was going to say something really cool about. Oh yeah, we have some rich friends. We have rich friends. So both of our rich friends, it may just be Vermont. One friend is disgustingly rich, like bazillionaire. And he lives on top of a mountain. And he's the nicest dude you've ever met in your life. He's generous to a fault. Both of our rich friends are generous to a fault. I'll say that. And the one of my rich friends is the person who gave me money to start my business. He was like, you need some money? Here's $5,000. Go show me what you can do with that. A week later, I came back with $10,000. And he was like, okay, here's $20,000. Go see what you can do with that. And I did it. I built a whole business. That was how I built the
store.
The store. So I'd already done mid-century modern, but I did it sort of in storage units and stuff. And then I had a store, and then the store sucked up all the value because I knew the only two rich people in Vermont, and the other people in Vermont did not want to pay my outrageous high-end prices. So the location I was in didn't do too well for the store. However, if we had started eBay at that time, ran the store with the high-end items that we shipped all over the country, and had eBay at the same time, we probably would have been positioned a little bit better. Although we're not doing terribly.
James is actually saying that his wife Jan, she got some jewelry at 50% off because she sent lowball offers and got them. Yeah, people are desperate.
Not all things are overpriced too.
Yeah, right.
So,
Paul Rose
I did not hear Jamie said he wants to turn buyers into sellers.
Yeah, he did say that.
The enthusiast
that was the enthusiast
buyers,
things. He wanted to flip them into sellers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how exactly are you going to do that? You can't just.
It's magical innovation. He has a wand. He made a wand.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I did hear that. I don't know. Yeah, how I don't know. Were we enthusiasts? We were enthusiasts. Yes, we were. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I would say you were even an enthusiast during a lot of this difficult time that we've been going through.
Last year, I bought all those stupid candles. Yes, I'm still enthused. I bought the JVC camera from Back to the Future. I did buy stuff. Yeah. Stupid stuff I don't need. I got it. Look at me. I got stuff.
But have you bought anything this year?
No, because we're so poor. No, it's really bad this year. Because we're just the Rolls Royce money ran out. You know that we were able to cover a couple of months, help us with a couple of months.
When you check your sales, this year, if you compare it this year to last year, so basically the first 2 months of this year compared to where are you at percentage wise?
I will tell you.
Because that's what I'm chasing right now. I was down like 50% in the third week of January. I'm only down now 9%.
Yeah, I think if you, are you looking at just the main one in your overview of sales?
I'm going to payment sales, and then I put in this year and generate report.
Okay.
Yeah, Biff Buffo is saying the enthusiasts spend $3,000 a year. Yep.
So then I want to go last 31 days.
No, this year.
I'm going to do custom. January 1st, right now, which is the 28th.
Well, you don't have to do custom. You can just select this year.
Oh. How long have we been out then this year?
And
Same period last. Oh, that's so much easier.
And Jamie did say that those focus categories,
25% down.
the P&A,
Oh, okay.
the refurbished and the luxury, that those all grew 6 points faster than the rest of the marketplace.
We're down 25%, I guess, year over year for the first 2 months.
So here's something that's crazy is that my store, I'm down 9% now, but Maria's store is actually up 22%. So I'm up 22% on her store versus last year at this time.
Well, remember, we're up 400% on our other store, so we're cool.
Oh, your small store.
Yeah, because we made $100 last month and $400 this month. So we're up 400%. And I do think that, so when I look at these numbers, other interesting numbers are, which affect these a little bit because, again, we started changing our inventory at the beginning of last year. So our quantity sold is up 10%, and our average sale price is down 31%.
Oh, I just got my first sale of the day, so it did
Bum,
work.
bum. I gotta find something good. Where's something good?
Oh,
Ooh, that was hecka
God.
loud. Are you now deaf?
Spooky.
Seriously.
Wake up, Pokes.
Is that?
Come
I
on.
think you blew my eardrum.
Did I?
My right ear feels weird.
Oh no, we have to go to the hospital.
That was
Sorry about that. I just raised the. I think I raised the volume on these. So now you're deaf forever. Sorry about that. Wait, let me. I gotta double check it. Is that better? Nope,
just
you're
don't
double
do it
deaf.
again.
Okay,
Yeah.
that one's better. Okay. So, I think what we learned from that Q4 is that it was the same as Q2 and Q3, and we better just start acting on our. We got to still document and sort of map out how eBay's working, but we better do all the cross listing, and nothing's. How can anything go backwards, Jeff? Can it?
That's the circle of life.
It is, isn't it?
I mean, like you said, the business cycle that we're in, we're in doo-doo times right now.
The fourth turning, the rebirth is coming.
88 people in chat today. What's your most you've had?
I think that.
That might be it.
Thank you for being here, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah.
Benny, you're saying across 18 million sellers. What did I hear correctly that Jamie was saying that out of the enthusiasts, there's 16 million enthusiast sellers, I think? Or
no, that can't be right.
No, okay.
No,
because we'd just be sitting on piles of money if that were the case.
we would be Scrooge McDucking.
We would totally be backstroking.
Swimming
Through
in
the gold. I don't remember what that is, but yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Not sellers. No, right.
Right, no, it's not that.
Yeah.
And Jamie, Motorcycle Doik points out that Jamie was very proud of the increase in refurbished item sales, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what that's.
Paul Rose says,
blah.
I really see your local sales, Jeff. Vancouver is just one of those areas where people do have money, and the housing market is nuts here. And people have to move all the time. So people are constantly always having to get rid of stuff super cheap. So it's, I'm in a sweet spot. If I lived back in Pennsylvania, I would not have the local sales that I have. Or I would have to source different things that people need and try to do some arbitrage that way.
Well, your location is one of the critical pieces of whether you can succeed in this.
Yes, Josh. I'm glad that your Facebook sales are doing well. I had I'm selling a Nintendo DS today that I didn't pay anything for, and I would have sold that on eBay 100%. I never even would have thought, but it's a high sell-through item. It's something that will definitely. I actually listed. I did list it on eBay, but I listed it on Facebook and eBay at the same time, and I had 2 watchers on eBay But then I had somebody basically make me an offer, and I countered on Facebook and basically did like 10% off of what I was asking for. They're coming to pick it up today. And it's just like, eBay is missing out on sales from me because I'm just like, things I never would have thought to even list local. It's a must now. Because I don't like feeling mistreated. And when I feel the way I do about eBay, I'm going out of my way to not earn them money.
I agree. I'm turning on the eBay reselling thinking computer right here. It's on right now.
Can I just add?
I just want to say something.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were.
I want to say that I believe what you're saying is that if we're able to, if eBay is selling something at a high sell-through rate, did I hear this on your video? I'm thinking, where did I hear this? It's very powerful thinking. If eBay is a high sell-through rate item, if it's a high sell-through rate item on eBay, sell it locally on Facebook Marketplace. Was that from?
Yeah.
Was that you saying that?
Yeah.
Because isn't that pointing out what a high sell-through rate? Hey, look, I'll use eBay as a way to vet my items, whether they're high sell-through rate. I'll just put the low sell-through rate crap on eBay.
That's how I think, because when I buy stuff locally at a discount, I can't. There's certain things that I can't get that premium on local because I just bought it cheap local. But on eBay, I want to put my low sell-through rate stuff that is unique and weird and obscure that people can't find everywhere, and then kind of wait for that person to come along and buy it. I don't want to sell high sell-through rate stuff on eBay. And if everybody was selling the same high sell-through rate stuff,
it wouldn't be.
It would be high. It would drive the prices down.
Yes. So and so why give eBay your high sell-through rate item? Give them the crap.
Yes.
Or not just the crap. We give them the stuff that takes a while to sell too. So good stuff, expensive stuff is fine if it takes a while to sell. But then anything that eBay is going to sell in 1 or 2 days, sell it locally. Keep all the money.
Yes.
Can I need to sort of vindicate myself here with my comment about the 16 million.
Oh my gosh. Hold on, everybody.
So, yes.
Okay, you may go now.
Okay, Ina in e-commerce bites said eBay reported 131 million active buyers for each quarter of 2023. And eBay ended the fourth quarter with 16 million enthusiast buyers, defined as customers with at least 6 purchase days and 800 plus annual
I apologize to you and raise you up. I exalt you. We speak your name. Spam banter. That seems like a lot, right? So 16 million times.
I think what I immediately said no. I think it's because I was comparing the 16 million sellers to the 16 million buyers. I was thinking of the 18 million buyers. I'm thinking, no, it can't be that percentage. But yeah, of the total bot, you're right. That I'm glad you've got that vindicated.
$40 million from the 16.
So what I would want to know is that number of enthusiast buyers, how has it gone up and down over the last 5 years? Where I would be interested to know how that number is fluctuating. Is it accelerating up?
Yeah,
is it
that
the
would
same?
be interesting to know.
Is it declining? Because that number in itself doesn't tell me anything. I want to know the history of whether we're gaining enthusiastic buyers, losing, and what.
I believe he was saying that I think he was kind of. I can't remember specifically that, but I had this feeling that I heard him say that it was growing, and that's why he was proud of it. Like he said, he was proud of it, right?
Patricia saying spam. Could you copy that here? It's e-commerce bites.
Yeah,
blog.
I can.
Okay.
Get the thing.
So I gotta be heading out, and I would say in the next 5 minutes I need to just get ready and cut because I don't like it when people come and then they're waiting.
Sure. Of course.
Yeah,
that'd be bad customer service.
Yes,
exactly. Yay for customer service. Okay, so here.
Yeah, that's it right there. eBay reported. Yep.
Okay, so it's just right on their front page. Doink. Where's my doink? Dink doink, it's my favorite coin. Okay, there it is. And there it is right there. I think it's rude to lowball offer 50. Oh, Hem's now saying she doesn't. No, you can. 50% is not a lowball. I mean, 50% is sometimes you're trying to shake something loose. It's okay. I'm not insulted by it. Anyway, I will send something. If somebody insults me, if I have a $50 item and somebody sends me $5, I take what they sent me and I reduce it from the item. So that's $45. Josh Galt is in the house, everybody. Welcome, Josh. Glad to see you here. This is earnings were fire. eBay will not change direction. Jamie Ione not going anywhere anytime soon. Just my opinion. This is how I know. I feel like this hit me in Q3 of last year. Yes, exactly. No, that's a very like exactly kind of the way I'm thinking. I want someone to have a black eye, and then the next day, not only do they not have a black eye, but I can't actually look at the numbers and say that they're bad. I mean, you know, as an investor from the investor side, that's how I would say. And Josh finishes by saying, last earnings report from these, they are killing it. They're killing, as long as they think they're killing it and they're killing it, they're probably killing it.
I think they're killing their website is what they're
killing us, but they're killing it from the probably, you know, like what we were talking about earlier, just from the arc of the business, you know, the grab, you know, they need to get more out of us, and they are, and they're proving that they can, and they're going to continue to do that, possibly, as you pointed out, till Q2 2025, because he mentioned that for some reason. Although we have no idea what's going to happen. Who knows what is going to happen? But Josh, do you want to let everybody know exactly what's going on, where you're working, please, your social security number, everything. Thank you.
We're just We're glash your hash. Your hash.
Yeah, so happy to see that you're.
Yeah, we're
that
glad
you're here.
to see. Oh, tiny doggy.
Jack is asking him how Chippendale's gig is working out. Because Jack is probably set him up for that, because you know Jack moonlights at Chippendale's from time to time. You need to go out, sweetie? Does that mean it's time to go soon? Let's see. I'll buy tickets to the next show. Yeah, everybody say hi to Josh. That's, I mean,
Everyone is.
we miss you, so that's why I'm just excited to see you. And
Major win again. Josh Galt is here. So cute.
Josh is here, and you know what's? Whoa, Josh, we got a super chat because of you. Thank you.
I agree. I guess I'm in the minority. I actually don't really think that their earnings were really that great, and I don't think it's sustainable. So I really don't.
I'm just going exactly with Josh's notion that I've seen this because I don't have a firm handle on it, and I've seen it happen 2 times now where I saw exactly what I saw last night. 2 quarter, you know, for the last 2 quarters.
Bye, Major Win.
And since I don't know what's happening, it does feel like it's exactly the same as the other 2. So therefore, I would say they're probably doing fine, at least in the sense that Jamie's not in trouble. How about that? How about we just put it in it? There's no bullseye on upper management taking anybody out or anything. They're staying the course. They are what's the go for it basis. That's what, and I think that means just you have free reign. Like you are running the show, and he is the QB of eBay, so he's go for it basis. Is that actually a sports reference? Now I think that's is a go for it like a 4th down and you only have a few yards or something? It's a go for it.
And Josh is saying that I believe that their focus is on the fast turnover sellers and moving away from the niche type.
Yeah.
It seems like it. Well, right. The luxury, refurbished, and accessory and parts.
Accessory and parts. That's so crazy.
For the cars. Oh, because they also now have an AI developing where it's going to send notifications to the people that have purchased vehicles and say, hey, or purchase
it's time
items.
For maintenance.
Hey, it's time for maintenance.
That's
it's time
right.
for you to replace this part. It's time for you
But
to...
that's not actually, that's a pretty good idea.
It is a good idea.
It is.
I do like that.
I mean, it's not really magical, but it's actually usable. It's actually a real thing.
Hey, Ladybug's like, eBay just work.
I know. Just, I mean, if you know, I have no problem. You know, our sales have been like so like unnaturally steady for the past 10 days, and it's just a change. It is just a clear as day change. So
I gotta get going, guys.
Okay. We'll see you
Thanks for
later.
being
Thank you so much,
here.
Jeff. We'll talk a
Jeff.
little bit more, but you have a great day. Thank you. Hey, Frost. We'll see you soon.
We'll do next Wednesday.
Wait, what's that?
We'll do next Wednesday with the guest if you want.
Yeah, we'll do next
You
Wednesday.
can count me in, and then you can figure out who.
We'll do that.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Adios.
Happy sales.
And Jack was saying Josh is major league, and nice to see him not having to deal with this BS.
Yeah, well, I mean, he is still reselling, so he'll have to deal with the BS. But what it won't do is,
Be debilitating.
yeah, it won't ruin his day. It won't. It'll be like that's just extra money.
That's the braces money.
That's just for braces. And I think that's that's probably that's where the smart people are doing it right now. Some of people are doing it because they want to get into reselling. So I don't know if that's smart. I wouldn't get into reselling right now, but if you're already in it, if you're stationed and you've got the infrastructure, that's good. Oh, John is here. Flipping ain't easy.
Flipping
Hi,
ain't easy.
John.
Aloha. $1,000 day yesterday. Nice. So far, zero. Of course, zero today. Why would there be anything? Anyone want to wager if I'll get another 0 day after a big sales day? Of course. Yesterday, I was saying how I have devil horns up until the last 10 days where, a reasonable good sales day and then 2 down, not zeros, but just 2 down days. So it looks like devil's horns, and it was going all the way across the month until we got to the last 10 days where everything went up to the top 2 fingers. We've only had 1 down day. So I don't know why that changed or how or should it have or anything, but it did. I mean, it changed.
Wait, what is?
Shocked. That's why I'm very shocked.
Oh, go forward basis, not go for it basis.
Oh, go forward basis. Thank you. I heard go for it basis, and I'm like, that doesn't sound very stable. It's just go forward basis.
Oh, is that on your
Go
title?
for it. Yeah, no, I thought it was, and that's why I downloaded. Does anybody know the video
it's
game?
Christmas.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Oh, we went to Christmas. Hold on. I'll get you back. Nope.
Go
Does
for it.
anybody know the video game, the 1980s video game? I think it's 1980. Actually, the game came out maybe 81.
Go for it.
You probably don't know. Nobody knows. Let's see. Where were we? We're up here. Patricia down GMV bleeding by. Yes, that's what it is. Wait, the car that Josh says the car that is in my eBay garage from 2017. I keep getting updates from eBay offering me parts for it.
Oh, so it is already working. It's already implemented. Or-
I was shocked when they said that promoted listing data went back to 2019. I was like, it's been around for that long. We just turned it on. We probably just did one. We just didn't even, The thing is that they held our hand. They were like, hey, come this way. And then they just took a little too much in the spring of last year. So if they hadn't done that wrong, we could still be where we are. They could have maybe not done so many changes then, and we never would have even caught on. Right?
Biff doesn't believe that eBay's going away from niche
Thank you,
sellers.
Josh, by the way. Josh Fagan gave us that. Go forward, basis. Sorry.
And the niche sellers foster enthusiasts.
He mentioned collectibles. Collectibles was in his mouth. Keep my categories out your mouth. He did mention collectibles.
That is so funny. Wait, I gotta do some laughing.
And he
That's hilarious.
thank you, friend. And he said that the collectibles were fueling the enthusiast market. I believe that's what he said. And so I feel safe being in the collectible place that we are. And he said there was 6% growth in the focus categories are the focus categories are the handbags, P&L, or parts
And refurbished.
or are the focus categories the ones that are in collectibles that you get that we use to do the nuclear reset? We get 50,000 zero insertion fees. Are those really the categories?
Well, I mean, he specifically said that they saw a 6-point faster growth in the he said focus categories, P&A,
Oh, he said he linked those two
refurbished,
together.
and luxury. He said
did say collectibles.
A 6 point faster growth compared to the other
Patricia
categories.
thought I was joking about the go for it. You don't know me very well.
Craven
Patricia,
cards.
I'm a big dummy. I try to hear stuff. I mean, I don't know. I've never heard the term go forward basis either. So not when I just never heard somebody say go forward basis, like in the financial sense. I've just never heard that before. Biff says, I don't believe eBay is going away from niche sellers. Niche sellers. Oh, you already read that. And that, I do think that's true. Andy So Meta's super scared and doing the O face. Hey, Josh, my transmission went out last night, Benny Stratton says. Check your so flip Jack saying to flip and check your averages. I'm finding that it feels eBay will knock you down to average if you have a good day. I wonder which averages to check for that, because I could probably think it through, but I can't.
And then John says it happens too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. M says, oh, we did exalt spam. She is. Thank you, M. Motorcycle door sales definitely looking like crocodile teeth. Yeah. That's what we've got. But for the past 10 days, we've been up. So I'm expecting to get the big smackdown soon. But at this time, we are enjoying a 10-day with one low tooth. But I'm just keeping it all in one little grouping. I'm saying 10 days because there's no 0 days. That's a shock, because we do enjoy a 0 day from time to time. And I don't mean enjoy it in a good way. I'm just saying, without having a choice, we better enjoy it.
Oh, and John was checking in on Callie Debs, and she's saying that it's been very tough lately, one day at a time. Oh, Callie Debs. We're hugging you.
We're hugging you, and we think about you every day. We wonder, and so thank you, John, for asking, because I sort of sometimes don't want to sort of bring it up. You know, maybe we're in the fun time, so we don't want to. But I think that I probably should ask, because I want to know how you've been doing. So thank you very much. And the hugs. Wait, these I'm sending out hearts right now. These hearts are not for us. These hearts are for Callie Debs. So please do not hijack those. Okay, there they go. And Stoic says, Patricia, the revenue keeps growing, so I don't think they're going to care about certain things. See now Kevin is pointing out the thing that is going to shock us all. We need to stop thinking logically, which is totally true, or what we perceive, because everything has changed. So right now, all we have to do is figure out where to grab on to the cliff, because it's, sort of crumbling under our grip, but yet it's not going anywhere. We just need to make those changes. And the biggest changes, and I'm watching, who are we watching lately? We're watching Curious Collection, who's put out a couple videos that I found were pretty, just basically saying that they're really just feeling it, a little bit down about the whole thing, and they're trying to figure out things. And well, our last show, or the one before that, was about J-Lo body, about you got to do some stuff, and don't let the reselling bring you down. And I think that's becoming even more important, is that as we get weighed down with the, this isn't the news necessarily we all wanted to hear, unless you're invested in eBay, which I think it's good news for the investors of eBay. Only because, as Hayfrosells says, we don't really know what's going to happen in the next few days. But if you're looking, if history is the best teller of the future, is that what it goes? If experience is the best forecaster of the future, something like that, then I feel exactly the same today as I felt for the last 2 quarters, which means nothing's going to change. So.
Gravity Goods Cameron. Have we said hi to you? Aloha?
I don't know. Let's say hi. Do you want to press the button?
Don't be scared, Andy. I'm here to hold your hand if you're afraid.
But there's the button, okay? So you hit the applause and then hit the DJ. There you go. That was.
Thanks.
Sweet Callie Debs just loves everybody.
So Kevin was saying.
I'm so glad you get comfort from our little chat here and other people's chats too. Yes.
So then, you read Kevin's comment about the thinking logically,
Yes.
right? And then Patricia said,
we're out of logic here.
Patricia said she respectfully
Fuzzy logic.
disagrees, and then said income from decreasing GMV will eventually degrade PL revenue. And Kevin's, yeah.
Income from decreasing GMV will eventually degrade PL revenue.
And then Kevin says, Patricia, logically that's true. However, they believe differently.
Well, I think because we're in this very interesting period where wealth is being accumulated at such a rate. Who was pointing out that, probably pretty common, probably Benny guessing that, or maybe it was Patricia, that the top 3 billionaires, 3 people, humans, maybe it was Paul Rose even, 3 human Americans have more money than the lower 50% of Americans or humans or something like that, something crazy. And that is also not logical. That's not a fact. That is just the way it is. That is our current societal reality. And the only thing that, it was Polish Pete. Thank you very much, Patricia. There's nothing changing that. Are you going to go convince people not to grab more money? Just sit out. You have enough. You can't convince people to do that. One of the reasons you can't is Russians. I'll tell you why. You want to know, don't you? Why the Russians? Well, one of the big differing things between this is just pure nonsense. One of the biggest differing things between Russians and Americans is just how we are raised, our general lifestyle and everything. And there seems to be a certain thing that I've identified in time over in Americans tend to be a little like too courteous in a sense. Like, say there's a big pile of money in the center of the street. Americans will just sit there and kind of, not everybody, obviously.
Like, what do we do?
Like, what do we do? I don't understand.
Wait, who's going to go first?
Yeah, do we have to call the police? What do we do? A Russian will just come in here, knock everybody down, take the money, and run off. And that's it. This is, why?
Why are you saying that?
I don't know. I just think that's what I'm trying to point out is that there's a world out there. We're not the only ones competing in it. And whoever our competition is not following the same rules as us. If we're being Americans and going, oh, look at the money right there. Oh, how do we get that? What do we do? Somebody else is just going to come in and take it. Russians, anybody. I'm just using them because. Well,
James is saying.
Because of Wolverines, right?
James is saying weird times. That's why I'm just listing anything and everything more so than normal.
Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. We're just trying to get through we don't buy anything. We're just trying to get through the crap we have. And there's like no end in sight. Is there?
Biff, I want to be an eBay oligarch.
Totally. eBay oligarchs. I want to be that too. That's totally what I want to be.
6x6. You can't take money from American rich people. Whatever will their trust fund children do?
I know. They'll just sit in the street and their dreadlocks will never get combed. What? Thank you. Oh wait, I just read those Callie's. Patricia saying it's a time bomb, Kevin, long term. It is. But here's the deal. Not people don't live forever. So the rich people, they're like, I'm 60. Then I'll be 80 and who cares? I'll have $1 billion. So the rich people, I really feel people get addicted to numbers. They don't even know what the dollars mean at a certain point. My wealthy friends, the one guy's wealthy and hustles his butt off. The other guy is a stockbroker. So that's, he doesn't work that hard and he plays a lot of golf. Still the 2 nicest souls I know. But they are different types of rich people.
Patricia saying you're not serious. When the Brinks truck dumped cash in California traffic stopped for the scramble. And remember the
I'm not being serious about the pile of money in the street. I'm talking about business.
You remember the FedEx, the train, and all those FedEx?
They stole all the packages.
Wow.
No, I'm of course I'm not serious, Patricia. I said before anything I say this is completely ridiculous. But there is a point to be made that this is the globalification. That's not the word. The globalism, the business is global. So if you're not fighting to win, someone else is. And there's a lot of people in different countries that don't have the same sensibilities we do. And we don't have the same sensibilities they do. So when they come into a business situation, there's definitely cutthroat Americans. I mean, business, high-end business is all cutthroat, but I'm just saying that in general, there's a sense that if we don't match the other global powers in their intensity and desire to win, then we don't win, even though we're on top of the pile. So here's the big guy on top of the pile. Hey, we got all the money. This is great. We're Americans. And then people are fighting us for the battle. And we have two choices. We can either just go, we're rich and just sit on our laurels, or we fight back in the same way they're fighting. And so that is if that makes sense, that is what I think business is becoming, and the enshittification in the global and the late stage capitalism is because everything is fraying and falling apart. And as you say, it's a time bomb. This is all a time bomb. It's all going to explode at some point. Just like the 2008, the subprime and all that. That was an explosion. It exploded.
Jeff Zenick says Trustafarians. I have not heard that term in so long.
The Trustafarians. Yes.
Yeah. Huh.
I
had to stop you to say that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. I want to try.
My boring reseller life is saying that he's known a lot of great sellers that were booted for some reason or another off from Amazon, I believe he was saying.
Our one experience with Amazon, we've shared that, right? I think so. We made pin maps she didn't. I was working with a different people, and we made some products for Amazon FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. Yes. And so we have to package everything. We have to make the product, then we package it all, so that it can sit in a warehouse and then sell. We made like 200 of them. They sold fairly well, but then by the time you got the money, it barely even covered the expenses. And then at the end, we're like, well, we're not going to even do FBA anymore, because even if we sell these, they're not going to cover the cost of making them and everything. So we had them send them back to us, and then they said they couldn't find like a dozen of them, and they were like run over by a forklift. They sent us back broken ones, and a stack that we still actually have. And that was the whole experience, and it wasn't fun. Did not enjoy it. Did not think it was. But there's plenty of people out there that can do that enjoy business for business's point. I do not think of that. I enjoy some business things, but I do not enjoy business for business sake. I enjoy stuff for stuff's sake. And I got to sell stuff so I can get more stuff. Got to circulate, rotate, inebriate occasionally. That's how you get through life.
Den Decor is saying if Etsy goes to subscription store model like eBay, its wheels up for cross-listing.
Who's saying that?
Although
who's saying wheels up?
And sell similar with eBay will make it.
Who's saying that?
Whole day.
I need to know first
admin
before
work.
you finish.
Den Decor.
Thank you. Well, say that so then I can read it with you.
You can't see where my eyes are.
Your laser beams you need new batteries on your laser eyes. Although, and it's also they'll make a whole day of admin work. If Etsy goes into subscription store model like eBay. Yeah. Well, I'd have to add up. I'd have to do the adding machine. So, because at 40 cents an item, how many items can you list? Yeah, I got nowhere. No, it shows nothing. $1 million. That's what it says here.
Go for it.
So I think that if Hayfro sees your eyeballs, he knows exactly where you're looking. I was gonna say that. No, I forget what I was gonna say. Let me read it again. No, I'm still doing that one.
Oh, sorry.
Cross listing all the. Oh yes. So 40 cents, but then divide it by. So when you list with an eBay store, it's 30 days. But when you list on Amazon, on Etsy, it's 4 months or something like that. Like, they list it for 4 months for 40 cents. So what I'm wondering is how much an Etsy store would be at 10 cents a month versus the $60 eBay store, and then do all those calculations and come out approximately $1 million it would cost.
I love your calculations. I wish that's how eBay calculated.
I know, me too. Yes. So Paul says, I've heard too many bad stories about Amazon. Yeah, it's not for me. But see, the thing is that people who can go on really small margins, like if you've sold in a mall or something, 20%, that's who sells on Amazon. When you can live on 20% because you have such vast amounts of inventory.
Well, because you bought it for dirt cheap from China.
That too.
Well, a lot of the stuff on there is like crazy stuff coming from. I think that people
Oh,
buy
you did
it
that
from
deep.
Temu.
You did the deep dive on there, and you saw the same pictures on Temu.
Yeah, they buy it from Temu.
Temu.
Temu. And then sell it on Amazon.
And they use the same pictures. So.
Yeah.
That's how that goes. What else? We've done 2 hours. That should be enough. Patricia says, hot glue clock box building has begun. That's what she said.
Stop.
It's so close.
Get to the chopper!
Well, I think we'll take our time off to go now and go finish our day. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and thank you for Hayfrosells for being on with us. And you guys are just like the best group, and we love you.
Yes, we do. Thank you so much, as always.
Yes, and we really enjoy the time that we get to spend with you. So thank you very much, and good luck to you all. We still don't have like a sign-off or anything. Maybe we'll work on that one of these days.
Oh, Callie Debs is saying she has the bad stories about the Amazon FBA. She sold there a few years and then ended up bringing my inventory back.
Yeah, was your inventory half crushed? Like, was half of it like smashed by stuff? It was very sloppy. I mean,
Jacqueline Rose!
I say that. Jacqueline Rose! Okay, we got to go. Otherwise, we'll never go. Love you guys. We'll see. Friday is our Tiki show on this channel for now. We haven't switched it over to another channel. So 4 o'clock Eastern Friday for a Tiki show, not eBay content, but we love talking about pop culture and Tiki stuff.
Jeff, you take care too. And then so Mondays we're 1 o'clock for Reseller News Now.
Wednesday, 1
o'clock, and it's the reseller group therapy. And we will have a guest
next week.
Yeah. So Jeff Hayfrosells will be here,
and a special
and
guest.
Special guest.
So we'll see you on Friday, because you're all going to join us on Friday. I know that, at 4 o'clock, and then on Monday at 1. Thank you. Have a great weekend. If you don't,
aloha, everyone.
love you guys. Bye-bye.